Hello mages of all ages, this is Keejchen, and today we are not playing, we are watching a game between Biblofilter and LuckiestLuke. So, I wanted to try my hand at recording a game that I'm not playing and simply giving my commentary on a game. Probably gonna be acting as a judge as well, whether the guys like it or not. I will tell them good luck, have fun, both. I can definitely say that because I'm not playing. And we have Biblofilter playing the Necromancer Warlock. Very interesting. And on the other corner, as pink, we have LuckiestLuke as the Necromancer. So an interesting matchup here. Both dark mages. One of them likes to burn stuff, and the other one likes to play with the ashes, so to speak. And we'll see how it goes. This is my first time ever commenting on a game that I'm not participating in, so if it's not super good, don't judge me too much. And we are off. They are in the first quick cast phase. Now let's see. The Necromancer Warlock is good at rushing people, and I'm expecting that Biblofilter will try to do that when he's facing a Necromancer. The Necromancer is notoriously good at the long game, on the other hand, but of course invulnerable to some of the curses that the Warlock has access to. And he's going to move and put down a mana crystal, so getting even in mana channeling. And he's going to end the phase there. So LuckiestLuke, let's see what he's got planned. What will he do? Thinking about it, he's probably worried about the rush. He's going to move forward though, okay. And put down a mana crystal, yeah. So that's not too off book, but now we'll see what the final quick casts bring. That's where you have to show your hand, so to speak. So Biblofilter will put down a pentagram. Or a Battleforge. A Battleforge. Okay. That makes sense. That's the more reliable play. The pentagram would have been fun, but let's see if we get maybe a graveyard from LuckiestLuke. No, also a Battleforge. So a mirror in terms of stuff cast, and LuckiestLuke will stay ahead in channeling. That's the end of the round, so we'll cut to the next round. And we're in deployment. So we'll see a meditation amulet from the Necromancer. Alright, so I'm expecting maybe also probably a creature. No, probably not a creature then. I was expecting the Libro Mortuus. And from Biblofilter, he's deploying a Ring of Curses. So despite not being able to put poison enchantments on the Necromancer, he will probably try for some other stuff here. And in the first quick cast phase, LuckiestLuke is skipping, but Biblofilter is spending his and enchanting himself. Alright. So far, no questionable place. Everything seems to make sense. Necromancer will meditate, putting himself at 17 mana. So what will he do with it? I would think that the quick cast is the Libro Mortuus then. We'll see. And the Necromancer Warlock will summon a creature. It is Cercerix the Imp Familiar. Alright, that makes sense. He's putting out an extra action generator and some more mana. It can also put out more curses for him. And here's the graveyard from Mr. LuckiestLuke. So yeah, both putting down an extra mana generator and action generator, and then yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, end of the round. And we're in deployment. So let's see, Biblofilter putting out some leather pants from the forge. And then LuckiestLuke will have 2 deployments here. I guess the Battleforge had an issue with mana last turn. I think he didn't put it on quite right, but that's no worries. It'll be the same right now when he puts out this piece of equipment here. And that's the ring, of course. The ring, the Death Ring. So he'll get a discount on whatever comes out of the graveyard. And it's a skeletal minion. So we'll see a skeletal build here. That's kind of cool. Going to blame Biblo. Yeah, Sharkbait and Sot just joined the game. So we'll see some extra commentary in the commentary field. Let's see, not bonded, I guess. Alright, and no first quick cast phase from Warlock, but he still has an extra action banked in Sorcerix here. And yeah. No quick cast from anyone. Oh, and I put up... God damn it. It's very loud. I guess you guys can hear my coffee maker in the background. I really wanted some coffee, so I did a big no-no, which is to turn on my coffee machine in between rounds. I didn't think of that through. We'll see an Enchanter's Wardstone from Biblofilter. That makes a lot of sense. It's going to be hard for LuckiestLuke to reach it in the back corner there, and that'll allow him to basically gain momentum by putting a lot of enchantments on the Necromancer that he will want to get rid of. And it's a Mage Bane. It's also got the Ring of Curses, so it's a discount. And yeah, this is very it's very dangerous for the Necromancer. They always have a hard time defending themselves, Necromancers. And now he starts taking damage. Well, of course, because he's got the Meditation Amulet, it's going to be less damage. Oh wow, that is really loud. It's only gonna be for this round. I'm sorry. Oh god. He says, end of the actions phases. Yeah. So he meditates, putting himself at 11 mana. And with that, he should be able to sustain his 2 spawn points. That's cool. And Sorcerix, does he dare move forward? He would probably be attacked by the skeletal minion if he does. So it's a little bit iffy. No, he is moving forward. Okay. And enchanting the Necromancer as well. Now what could that be? All sorts of things. Probably something that does damage in some sort of way though. And then we are in the final quick cast. Necromancer still has an action left here. And it is the Libro Mortis. Okay, wow. So an extra spawn point. It's gonna be a swarm then. And he can use... I've never seen this before. Libro and the graveyard means he can put out 2 creatures every round and use his ring while meditating. That's really interesting. Alright, that is the end of the round. And we are in deployment. Sorry, I was gone and getting my coffee, of course. And from LuckiestLuke, we'll see a lot of deployment. All the spawn points. We are seeing a skeletal minion, we are seeing a skeletal archer, and some pants. From Biblofilter, we get the Fire Shaper ring. So I think Biblo is eyeing the board here, and I'm thinking that, let's see, LuckiestLuke spent like 32 mana on spawn points. That's a lot of build up, which means that his opening will be very slow overall, and it's time to do what the Warlock does best. The Adramelic Warlock needs to burninate the Necromancer before he can capitalize on all this build-up. That's my thinking. We'll see if people thinks the same. I think the Fire Shaper ring is sort of indicating that. And as I predicted, the skeletal minion will go and hit Sorcerix. He's got the Eternal Servant on him, so it's a piercing 1. And Sod has a question. He's definitely hitting Sorcerix here. And yeah, if you can get Sorcerix off the field real quick, then that will help stave off the attacks. It's an interesting question. I thought Sot would know. I'm pretty sure that one player deploys all, and then the other player deploys. Oh, Jack's Mag is here too. Cool. And yeah, I believe it's the same thing. Sorry, I believe Jack is correct here. One player plays all his spawn point first, but then the other player will play his spawn points. At least that is the way I've always played it, so I hope that is right. The skeleton minion will do 2 damage to Cercerix. 2 critical damage. And he's down to 7 HP. Not something you remove with one spell, probably. So he will get to stick around for a little while. But he's not moving away. He's being brave, and I think Biblofilter is eyeing the kill here. He's gonna use Cercerix to enchant the Necromancer again. And then the Adremelech Warlock spends quick cast action to enchant himself. Alright. That's fair. And done. So we'll see the Necromancer being focused a little bit here. How will Luke deal with the mage focus? He's gonna stay and meditate. That's fair. He was out of mana. He's spending his mana very efficiently, of course, because of all the spawn points, despite having a high income. We can count the income in a minute here. I should think that LuckiestLuke is in the lead. Biblofilter will advance and reveal Hawkeye for 1 mana. And here's the first attack spell, first of many, I presume. He's got 5 mana, so it's a fire stream, presumably. Yes. And it will roll, what, 4? 6 dice, I think. Unless there's, no, he doesn't have mana to reveal anything. But there is a revealed curse, so that's 5 plus 1. No, okay. He's got the Fire Shearer's Wing as well, so it's 7 dice already. And yeah, we've seen this before. One player builds up too much against the Adremelech Warlock, and then stuff like this happen. He is rolling 11 damage here against the 1 armor and a burn. So 10 damage going in. And then Shockbait says, when in doubt. And Biblofilter finishes him with a nice roll. Kill it with fire, indeed. It's not looking good for LuckiestLuke. It might be a really short game, this one. What will he do? What can he do? He could put up a wall. No, he doesn't have mana. Yeah, he does not have a lot of mana. He has 3 mana. Mr. LuckiestLuke here. I've been in this situation too many times with the Necromancer. People are bringing the heat, says Sod. Got all the commentary going on here. That's always one of the interesting kind of situations with recording a Mage Wars game like this. The other people who join the game, of course the players here are aware that I'm recording, but the other people, the spectators who join, are not aware. So they could be saying all sorts of things in the commentary field there. We'll have to let them do that. It's alright. Did you do Magebane? He asks Biblo. He did not. But he enchanted himself. Oh, he did. It's in his chat, oh? That's interesting. But he is at 12 damage, so it seems to be right. He's only been taking the 2 Mage Banes and then that, so it should be right. Okay. Well, that is the end of the round. And we're in the appointment phase. This was sort of a longer planning phase for both players. I think there's a lot of considerations going on here right now. How can Biblo finish it, and how can LuckiestLuke stop the Adremelech Warlock from killing him? And that's not an easy question to answer. Get a Demon Hide mask from the Warlock and some boots, and then 2 skeletal minions for the Necromancer. And the thing is here, If LuckiestLuke can keep the game going for, let's say, 5 or 6 turns, all these creatures that Biblo has chosen to ignore will murder this Warlock. So he just has to find a way to not die for, like a few rounds. That said, he's almost half dead already. Saab makes a good point. He's doing an excellent economy play here, LuckiestLuke. Oh, and nice pick from Biblo. He cast a Seeking Dispel on the enchantment that LuckiestLuke put out last turn, and it turned out to be a Rhino Hide. So he would have had 4 armor, but now he's down to 2 again. And Cercerix will move up. Probably to do a Fire Stream as well. Or another enchantment. Oh, and he targeted it wrong. He did it from the card, not the creature. LuckiestLuke made him aware. Let's see if this works. So that should be 5 dice then? I think, yep. And Cercerix will heal 1 damage if he manages to deal any damage here. It may heal 1 damage, so I shouldn't tell him, but... Oh, and he reveals Marked for Death, Mr. Biblofilter, so it's 6 dice instead, dealing 3 critical damage and a 6 on the burn, so it's a burn. Okay, so we are up to 17 damage on LuckiestLuke and 2 burns. Biblofilter has 1 mana. Should I let... So Sharkbait is making Biblofilter aware that Cercerix is healing, but it's technically not something you should tell him, because it says it is not a forced heal. You may choose not to do it. That's fine. It's not super critical here. And it's not a tournament game, so... Alright, LuckiestLuke is moving away, putting distance between him and the Adrenaline Warlock. Biblofilter will reveal a Chain of Agony on the Necromancer, dealing another damage, of course. Now I don't exactly agree with this move here. Let's see. LuckiestLuke is casting a Surging Wave onto Biblofilter's Mage, but he's about to move and he couldn't have cast an enchantment, an attack spell or anything, because he doesn't have any mana. So the Slam will turn into a Daze and then go away without being used for anything. If you had waited until the Warlock had moved, he would have had the Daze for next round, and the Slam for next round. I think that would have been more efficient for him. But done is done, and he did get the push, so the Warlock is put in distance 3. Right, and he takes a Mage Bane damage also. He should be going up to 19, I think. And then he went to 20. Alright, down to 19 again. Ah, it's okay. Do I agree with this move? Not really. The Adrenaline Warlock is moving away from the Necromancer. Presumably, okay, so there is a lot of creatures around him now, so that's kind of fair. Maybe it's the right choice. We have 3 dice, 3 dice, and 4 dice, for a total of 11 targeting the Adrenaline Warlock if he had moved in here, down one space. Instead, he's disengaging, only taking one attack from this skeletal minion up here, presumably. Well, Lucky Luke should definitely move one creature into the Warlock zone to hinder her, but you could argue that the other creature should go for Cercerix. And the Skeletal Archer will shoot at Cercerix. He needs to be really lucky here. If he can kill Cercerix, that would be a big boon for him. Or attack dice, dealing 3 and 2 critical, so it's a total of 3 damage going in, putting him at 4, 5 health remaining. Unlikely to be killed by the skeletal minion here, but he is going to try with a piercing 1. So against 1 armor, you need hit 5. It's either 5 critical or 6 damage total. Oh, but it's so close. He's dealing 4 damage here. So if Shockbait had not told Biblo to heal his creature, Cercerix would have been dead. Bad Shockbait. Either way, it's fine. The other skeleton minion will go and move into the Warlock space to hinder her, and that is a really good choice. That means the Necromancer actually has a chance of not taking any damage next turn. We'll see. That is the end of the round. And we are in deployment. Still sort of a long planning phase, at least compared to the first ones. We see more skeleton minions popping out here for LuckiestLuke. And yeah, the Cloak of Shadows. I would have recommended this, and it's a very good play here for the Necromancer, giving himself obscured, making it hard for the Warlock to target him. But we see Moloch's Torment on the other side of the board coming out, meaning that Biblofilter can now pay mana in the upkeep phase, to put damage on the Necromancer because he has curses on him. The burns rolled 1 damage, and the other one fell off. So 1 burn remains, and it is the end of the first quick cast phase already. No, okay, so the Warlock wants to quick cast. He's casting a piece of equipment here. Leather armor, alright. Yeah, makes sense. So he doesn't get overwhelmed by the swarm. 1 leather can do a lot against 6 creatures. And actions phase. It is LuckiestLuke initiative, so he should try to kill Cercerix now before he can act. That's my recommendation. What will he do? Skeletal minion goes up with 3 dice on 2 armor, 1 health. Should work. Yes, it does. Cercerix will go down, and the card attached to him will go with him. Probably Biblofilter put a card on him, hoping that if he didn't die, he would have a nice shot at... or it was a decoy. It was a poison blood, which in this matchup does nothing for the for the Warlock. So yeah, he literally put it on just to tempt LuckiestLuke to take that action, to fool him into thinking that he got an extra thing out of it. That's fair. That's what I like to do as well. Biblofilter says pass. Yeah, he should definitely pass until LuckiestLuke only have 1 creature remaining. He will attack the Warlock and get a counter strike with this skeleton minion. He should take that exchange. You may place mana equal to its level on graveyard. So technically, we shouldn't tell LuckiestLuke that he gets mana from Cercerix here. I don't know. It says here, during the deployment phase, graveyard may summon the first time each round that a creature is destroyed. You may place mana. Now maybe I'm being a little bit overzealous on the forced actions versus choices, but I believe you shouldn't tell a player about it. It's not like LuckiestLuke is in desperate need of 2 mana. And now I'm missing the attack over here, so let's see. The skeleton minion did attack the Warlock. She dealt 1 damage through criticals, and the counter dealt 4 damage with Biblofilter's 2 dice from the Warlock onto the skeleton minion. And a burn. So maximum damage from Biblofilter to the skeleton minion. Not that that matters a whole lot, but it can do something, of course. Now, LuckiestLuke will have 2 attacks on the Battleforge if he wants it, and I think, you can get 6 crit with, 7 dice, so why wouldn't you? Try, I mean. Or you can roll exactly 4 normal damage, which is the amount of armor that a Battleforge has, so 0 damage going in. And I think Biblofilter will continue to pass. Indeed. Now I would save the skeletal archer for last, since if the Warlock wants to move closer to the Necromancer right now, she will have to move into skeletal archer range. And it's not like the Necromancer will want to walk anywhere anyway, and LuckiestLuke is doing exactly that. He's meditating in the corner here, not taking in damage, not casting any spells. He removes the guard marker. The skeletal archer remains vigilant, and let's see if Biblofilter will want to take that shot. I think he would not. It's looking a little bit different now. So that's what I was saying earlier, that LuckiestLuke needs to just stay alive right now. If he does that, then all of these creatures, Biblofilter might kill a creature here. He's attacking the skeleton minion. But when all is said and done, if he doesn't get in for, go in for the kill at some point soon, the Necromancers, all these minions here, will simply overwhelm the Warlock. He did 1 damage and another burn to the skeletal minion. And Shockbait again is jumping in here and telling him that he can heal with that damage. But that's okay. He didn't warn him about the graveyard, so I don't know. Half. Let's see. LuckiestLuke is taking a damage for enchanting himself. I'm assuming that this would be a regrowth, and we'll see about that in a minute. But Moloch's Torment comes in here from Biblofilter. He will pay a mana and deal a damage to the Necromancer. That is the end of the round. Alright, so before we move into the deployment phase this round, I thought I would run through some of the things that happened, because a lot of things going on. The burns both rolled some damage, so the skeleton here died. LuckiestLuke was graciously reminded that he needed some mana for Cercerix as well, so it now has not 2 extra, but 3 extra, of course, for Cercerix, and then 1 for the skeletal minion. He took 1 damage on the Necromancer, so the burn sticks there. It was not a regrowth on him. We also found out that the skeletal archer didn't shoot, but he didn't want to do anything about that. And what was the other point I wanted to make? I forgot. Good question. I feel like there was one more thing. Well, it's looking better and better for LuckiestLuke, despite the fact that he's slowly dying. He's down to 9 HP. We could see Biblofilter just teleporting down here, moving closer and throwing a fireball. That would probably end the game, and I'm expecting that to happen at some point. He has enough mana to do it right now. Yeah. So the guys are getting a lot of help from the spectators. That's fine. You should always help the new players in this game. Hey, Biblo, we need you. No, this is not related to the game. Right. I thought it was very interesting to note that Biblofilter has 50 cards still in his book, and LuckiestLuke only has 38. So he's spamming out cards really at a rapid rate, but he's going to run out very, very soon, assuming that the game would go on, but it's a big difference, really. 50 versus 38. Okay, now it's down to 39. He's putting cards in and out of his book, of course. But putting out 3 cards every round when you only have 30, so he can go like 10 rounds more, and then that's it. 11 maybe. Yeah, like 10 rounds at best, if you're using all the spawn points every turn. I thought that was kind of interesting. And I don't believe everything here. So my point is that the Necromancer he has constructed here is, it's not a rush build, but it runs out of steam relatively quickly. So it's not a long game book in that way. It's more like a mid-game book then, I suppose. And we are in deployment, so I'll focus on the game again. We see from the Warlock an armor, putting him at 4 armor. Right, yeah, 4 armor. The Dragon Scale Horbeck coming out. From the Necromancer, we have the 3 deployments. Let's see if which ones of them will be used. I'm assuming at least the graveyard this turn. Okay, we see a Demon Hide armor from the Battleforge, putting him at 4 armor as well. A Death Fang, very cool. That'll help him catch up to the Warlock. And nothing from the Libro. The Warlock will spend his quick cast. And my door is creaking now. And a veteran spell. Alright, so that's the other thing that Biblo can do against the swarm like this, of course. Now he's got 4 armor and 2 critical turned into normal damage per attack from the veteran spell. So very unlikely that all these minions will do a whole lot of damage to the the Warlock. He's got 2 creatures with piercing though, and they will have a little bit of an easier time dealing with the armor. But if Biblofilter can go to 5 armor, then it's gonna start looking really, really iffy for Luke to even kill the Warlock while staying alive himself, mind you. So he's in a bit of a tough spot. And he's not dealing any damage to this Battleforge. We had a minion attack it again, dealing 0 damage once more. And Biblofilter will pass once again. Now he'll spend the Archer earlier on, trying to hit the Battleforge. That does make sense. If he gets a decent roll here, you might want to spend the creatures on it as well. And yeah, for him it could be about holding Biblo's mana back, so he can keep pulling ahead and make sure that Biblo doesn't have mana for the teleport plus fireball, which could save him the game. Alright, Biblofilter moving down. Will he guard his Battleforge? He will, alright. Interesting. At least he's closing the distance to the Necromancer. Now he only needs a lesser teleport and a move and a fireball to finish the game. Of course, now LuckiestLuke has 4 armor, so that's unlikely. And he will be taking damage every turn still. From the Moloch's Torment, he's still burning. And he's down to 9 health. So yeah, still looking kinda iffy for LuckiestLuke. And let's see, there's 1 minion remaining and the Necromancer. The minion should attack the Warlock, of course. No, he's not. Oh no, I think that's a mistake. Even if you don't deal damage, it doesn't matter. You want to try to deal damage. You have to absolutely hit the Warlock, hope for either 3 crit or just a combination of crit and normal damage to exceed 4. And it's better than doing nothing. Next turn the guard will be there as well if you don't remove it. So no, I don't agree with that. The final quick cast. Biblofilter is jumping the gun a little bit here by clicking the Warlock's Torment already, and we still have a quick cast from LuckiestLuke if he wants. No, he doesn't want to, because he will take a damage, of course. And that is the end of the round. Yes. And we are in deployment. The burn did 1 more damage to LuckiestLuke, so he's up to 25 damage. He's putting out a veteran's build as well. That's a good choice. What I think he needs is to deploy like a Mage Wand and then start spamming a heal spell. That would turn the game back around. I could see that happening. There's nothing preventing him from healing, but he hasn't tried any healing yet. In the first quick cast phase, we didn't see any deployment from Biblo at all. He's got 15 mana. That might be the mana he wants to use on the kill then. It couldn't be a double fireball. He does need to move spell himself closer to the Necromancer in order to get in fireball range, but then he has initiative next round at least, and could throw another fireball then. None of them quick cast anything, and then it's on to Luke's initiative here with an action. Yeah, he's gotta be thinking that that attack is coming, so what would you do? You would want more armor. This could be a rhino hide, of course, on himself. He could put up walls. He has the mana to wall himself completely off in the corner. And if you could do that and then do a Mage Wand or something to heal, then that would be ideal. He's moving closer to the Warlock. No, he's moving back. He's moving back. Oh, I don't agree with that at all. You can't take damage to move close, unless you have a very specific goal here. I'm not sure what that would be. Haha. Biblofilter being funny. Moving back and forth, taking 2 damage. Nope, no. What will the Necromancer do then? He's not moving closer, or at least he changed his mind for now. He might still do it. But with the Chains of Agony, even then, you are opening yourself up for the Warlock doing, or using less resources to get closer to you. Yeah. You could move forward and Tanglewine him, but then if he has a teleport in hand, that defeats the purpose. And regardless, he probably has a teleport in the book, so he would do it next turn instead, and then I don't feel like you wouldn't buy enough time. There's a guard in the zone, but the automation will tell LuckiestLuke that the guard is here. Regardless, the spectators will jump in and also inform him. And here, yeah, so he should have, that's why I said, he should have just attacked the Warlock last turn. There's no reason for him to have not done that. Yeah. Either way, here comes the attack. And then it doesn't do any damage, but at least he's getting rid of the guard. The Veteran Belt will save Biblo from any damage here. You'll get a counter with 2 dice because of the ring of, Fire Shaper Ring. It's piercing 1, but that doesn't matter here. It's dealing 3 damage and a burn. Back to the skeletal minion. Now he might decide to attack that. So Biblo is trying to heal off of him here, but he needs to... The burn token comes on to the creature after the damage. So if you want to heal with the demonic reward, you will have to have a burn condition on the creature before the attack. So in this case, the Warlock will not heal. Now he could attack the minion and heal 1, but if you want to stay around and just start killing skeletal minions from one end to the other, I don't think you will win. On the other hand, LuckiestLuke didn't deploy any creatures this turn. Very curious. We're still going for the Battle Forge. I think that's an okay choice for LuckiestLuke. He needs to roll better, of course. LuckiestLuke, start rolling better. How can you be a good Mage Wars player if you don't know how to roll dice? The Skeletal Archer will activate and also attack the Battle Forge. Now I'm not too sure that should be the case. You want to hit it with the lower dice so you can get the high amount of dice onto the Warlock. I think that would be more prudent. The higher amount of dice has a better chance of breaking through the Veteran spell and the armor. But of course we are not close to killing the Warlock at all, so you might say it doesn't matter too much. But even so, one of the minions could one-shot the Battle Forge with a bit of luck. Next skeletal minion will activate and move away from the Warlock. I wonder what the plan is here. move and guard. Yeah, I don't... there might be an idea here that I am not seeing. Presumably moving up here to guard his mage once the Warlock moves in. The other minion here will also move away and guard. I smell a ring. Okay, he's afraid of a fire ring here. And I don't think... No. No, you can't stop attacking the enemy because you are afraid of a ring. I don't agree with this course of action at all. No. No. At least you want to move one more creature in. And I don't think that would be Biblo's priority anyway. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what happens. And here's the teleport for Biblo. Teleporting himself closer. I assume. And then activating, moving into range, even through obscured, and targeting Necromancer with a fireball. Oh, flame blast. Okay, so there might be a defensive enchantment on LuckiestLuke here. I don't think that's the case, but it's all right for people to take that precaution. And the game is over. 7 crit going in. Oh, excuse me, there is a veteran spell here. So it only deals 6 because he has piercing 1. But he's dead in the upkeep phase. Unless there is some sort of healing coming here. You would have to roll a... You would have to have a healing spell in hand or a regrowth on you. But if there's a regrowth here, then it should have been revealed 3 turns ago, I think. There might be a healing spell in hand, though. Will it happen? It would happen before the Mage Bane, so that can work. But otherwise, he is dead. He cannot move. He cannot cast a spell. That is not a healing spell. And Zod says, Luke has been killed with low rolls on his side. I do agree. Biblo has been rolling well. Luke has been rolling. Okay, so he has a drain life in hand. Very cool. Alright, that will work, indeed. He will heal before the Mage Bane damage. That is correct. So he can... and the fact that LuckiestLuke didn't say GG right away tells me that there is a healing spell coming. So that's fair. Of course, there's a null, or there's a hidden enchantment on the Warlock. He has to do it. There's no other choice. Just cast the spell and hope that that is not a nullify. If it is a nullify, the game is over. Here's a drain life. Good choice. That's why he didn't cast a creature then. And then you want to roll maximum damage. You did not. 4. That is pretty low. And he'll take 1, so only healing 3 effectively. If it had been 10. Oh, Biblofilter has elected to not apply auto-calculated battle assaults. Huh. And then he did it anyway. Okay. So it is not a nullify on the Warlock, giving LuckiestLuke an extra chance. Very cool. And that, I think, is the end. Oh, sorry. The Necromancer still has. And Biblofilter is jumping the gun again, saying he wants to use Moloch's Torment, but the Necromancer still has his action token available here. Necromancer spends his action. He can probably only meditate. You can't move or anything. He readies his action mark again. He can always meditate. He should meditate if nothing else. You take mana, asks Jack Smack. And he is meditating. That's fair. And Biblofilter will put 1 damage on him with the Moloch's Torment. And then, of course, there's the burn, but it can't quite kill him. So there will be another round. And yeah, this is the end of this round. And back in deployment. LuckiestLuke was lucky this turn. We saw the burn removed from him, so no extra damage there. He's still only got 3 health though, so it's not looking good. And the Warlock has initiative with 12 mana after casting the Cloak of Shadows on himself. And here's the Mage Wand on LuckiestLuke. Just a turn too late. But cool, he did have the mana to do the Drain Life on the Mage Wand last turn, so he should have done that. That would have been amazing. But okay, here's the quick cast from the Warlock onto the Necromancer. Will it be a fireball? Do we see the fireball? We do. And I've seen people roll blank with fireballs before. He's got a decent amount of armor and the Veteran's Belt, so it's not impossible. 10 dice though. Oof, no. Yeah, it's over. It's over. GG. We are dealing how much damage here? 7. And a burn. That is the game. Well played to Biblofilter. He did manage to break through and overcome the Necromancer's defenses. GG both. I thought it was a very interesting build for LuckiestLuke. I do have to wonder if it's doable at all like this. I think the main thing I'm thinking is you probably would remove the Battleforge and then just have the Libro and the Graveyard combo with the Death Ring. That's sort of the idea he's running here. Problem with the Necromancer is that you often get Mage Sniped, and the Battleforge is very nice for dealing with that kind of thing. So maybe you can't cut the Battleforge, but you could then cut the Meditation Amulet instead and just hardcast all the equipment. And that's the other consideration that I'm thinking about here. And you could still include the Meditation Amulet, just cast it when you're low on mana to supply the Libro and then get the other equipment on that way. Let's see here. I would have walled and then mend heal. Yeah, you were walled earlier. And the Swarm will be good against other Swarms because you have the Graveyard and you will be putting out more creatures than most other books is able to. But against a solo mage with armor and a veteran spell, this kind of Swarm sort of fails. All of Earth will be good. It's down to 33 cards though, where the Warlock will have 46 here. 4 in the discard pile and 7 in the discard pile here because he's rolling attack spells, of course. I thought it was an interesting game, and I'm happy that the guys allowed me to record them. Thank you both. Thanks to both of them, Biblofilter and LuckiestLuke. And that is it for this time. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.